Okay, good morning. My name is Steve. Today I'm gonna show you how you can create a simple beta game in C#. This is especially for those who miss my class. So I'm gonna demonstrate again over here so that you can know what's going on and how to create this simple beta game. Alright, let's get started. First thing, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do it using without object-oriented programming principle. Later on, I'm gonna apply some object-oriented programming principle (OOP) so that you can see the difference with OOP and without OOP. Okay, let's get started. First, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna create a variable to store the hero name. So I will call this variable as hero name, hero1 name, and we have another one called hero2 name. Alright, next what we're gonna do is that we're gonna create another two more variable to store the hero1 life and also hero2 life. Okay, so here I'm gonna assign a value, let's say 10, and what we're gonna do next is we're going to prompt user. Okay, we say enter hero1 name, hero1 name equals to console.read line. We do the same for hero2. Okay, so after the user enter hero1 and hero2, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna create a loop, a game loop using while loop. So we can say while, let's say for example if you use a while true. Okay, if you use a while true, it means that the game will continue to loop with no end. So what we should do is that we should change this condition. We should give a condition to end the loop. How are you gonna end the loop? So we can say hero1 life is more than 0 and hero2 life is more than 0. As long as both heroes are still alive, we want to continue to let hero1 attack hero2 or hero2 attack hero1. So in this while loop, we're gonna have hero1 attack hero2 and hero2 attack hero1. So let's say hero1 attack hero2 or hero2 attacks hero1. To make the game more interesting, instead of okay, hero1 attack hero2 and then hero2 attack hero1, we can make it like, for example, based on a random number. Let's say I create a random number from 0 to 1. If the random number is 0, it means hero1 attacks hero2. if the random number is 1, it means hero 2 attack hero 1. Okay, to do that, we're gonna need a random object. So here we're gonna declare a random object. So I call it R equals to new random. Okay, so we say int who attack is equals to r dot next. Let's say I want to generate a random number from 0 to 1, okay, using a switch case. Who attack if it is 0, it means hero 1 attack hero 2, and if it is 1, it means hero 1 attack hero 2 attack hero 1. Right, so what happened if hero 1 attack hero 2? To make it simple, let's say hero 2 life is equals to hero 2 minus 1. Each time hero 1 attack hero 2, the damage we always set to 1. Later on, we can improve this by creating some random attack, random damage. So we do the same for hero 2. Okay, besides minus the life for the hero, what we can do is that we can also print out a message. We say hero 1, which is the name, attacks hero 2 with 1 damage, example. Okay, and probably you can also put the life of the hero 2. Okay, what I put over here is we call it string interpolation. It's a new feature from C# that we can easily add a variable within a string without concatenation. So shift alternate down key to copy a row in Visual Studio Code. So here I say hero 2 life, okay, hero 2's life, hero 2 life. Okay, so I'll just update them. Hero 2's life is what value, example. You can have both if you want to, and show both life. Okay, this person life, hero 1's life, and hero 2's life as well. So we can copy the same thing and paste it for hero 2. Just to minimize some clutter, you can use Control B. It's a shortcut key to hide the Explorer in Visual Studio Code. And to hide this, we can also use the Control J. So you have a bigger working screen. Okay, so as they attack each other, the life will be reduced by 1. At the same time, you can see a message: who attacked who, what is the damage, and will show the life for both heroes. Alright, so what we're going to do next is that we are going to determine who is the winner, because when hero 1 or hero life is 0, it means after you minus the life by 1 for, let's say, 10 times, because when you start the game each has this 10 life. When the life of one of the hero reach 0, the while loop will end. Okay, you will exit the while loop because of this condition. And after you exit the while loop, what are you gonna do? You're gonna print who is the winner. So here we can say if hero life is more than 0 and hero 2 life is equals to 0, we say hero 1 won. I also assume that the opposite condition will be in this else scope, so I'll say hero 2 won. Okay. Next, we are going to test out the program. Okay, so the program is here. Enter hero 1 name. Let's type Superman. Enter hero 2's name. Type Batman. Let's take a look of the message. Superman attack Batman with 1 damage. Superman's life is 10. Batman's life is 9. And then Superman attack Batman again. Superman's life is 9. And Batman's life, no, this is wrong over here. So we're gonna do something. Okay, so if we take a look of our code here, we have some problem. Hero 1 attack hero 2. This is same with this line here. This line is same with this line, so we change it. Hero 2 attack hero 1. Hero 1 attack hero 2. Hero 2 attack hero 1. And what we're gonna do is that we will slow down the game. Inside this while loop, we can slow down the game by adding this thread dot sleep control dot using system threading dot sleep. So you're gonna put how many milliseconds for a delay. So let's say I put for example 500 cents for 0.5 second, 500 millisecond. And let's run the program again. Okay, Superman. This is Batman. Now the program slows down a little bit. You can take a look again just to check whether everything is correct. Superman attacked Batman with 1 damage. Batman's life is 9. Batman attacked Superman with 1 damage. So Superman's life reduced by 1. Looks good. Batman attacked Superman again. Superman's life reduced by 1. Looks okay. So at the end, when Superman's life is 0, Batman's life is 2, so Batman won the game, won the battle. Right, so here you can see a lot of variable created for variables just to store heroes 1 name, heroes 2 name, heroes 1's life, and heroes 2's life. What we can do over here is we can modify this version by applying some object-oriented programming concept. Okay, to do so, we're going to create first a class called hero. Public class hero. Stop the program first. Right, let's continue. Public class hero. Make it a little bit bigger and hide the clutter. If you take a look of the previous version that we have, let's take some give some observation. Over here we have hero name 1, hero 2 name, hero 1 life, and hero 2 life. When you see this kind of pattern, we can start to design a class to store this kind of information. Instead of having 2 variables, we can have a variable called hero name as a class property. So we say public string hero name, or shorten the name to become public string name. So here I'll put the getter and setter, and next we can create another one more property called life. PROP is the keyboard shortcut to create a property, class property. So press tab, change this to life. Okay, we have 2 properties in this class, and we're gonna create the constructor ctor. Okay, and we click tab. Just press tab. Automatically will create a constructor for you, but we have to rename this constructor method. It's a bit different compared to Visual Studio Community. So over here we can say this dot name is equals to parameter. Name, and this dot live. Okay, this is referring to the current class instance. Okay, this dot live equals to 10 because here I initialize my hero 1 live equals to 10, hero 2 live equals to 10. So we will do the same in this modified version. So this hero is a special method, we call it constructor. It means that each time you create an object, an instance of this class, you are going to pass in an argument name, and it will basically assign the value of the argument to the property, and as well as give you this initialized live property to use. Okay, so after we have this hero class, we can replace what we have over here with a hero object. So let's comment this out. In Visual Studio Code, we can use control / to comment out our codes. If you want to uncomment it, you can press the same key to uncomment it. So we're going to replace with hero object. So here I can type hero 1 is equals to new hero. If I just put like this, it will not work because here it means empty constructor, but the constructor that we have in hero class accept one parameter. You have to pass in an argument. So what we'll do is we just pass in this console.read line, which is what the user gonna input. After the user key in the name, he will be passed in to the constructor as an argument to create the hero 1 object. Of course, over here I didn't put any validation, just for brevity purpose, just to keep things short. We'll do the same for hero 2. Now we have some syntax error in a couple of lines, but don't worry, we can easily replace it with this object. And if you take a look of our hero property, our property is what? Live. So we can just put hero 1 dot live, hero 2 dot live, because our object name is hero 1 and hero 2. Let's put a dot. To replace our existing code. So far, so good. Just a few more to go. Right. Now let's run the program again. Superman versus Batman. It's now Batman 1. What about now? Oh, Batman 1 again. It's like in a movie. So we have the same output, but we have modified our code from without OOP to with some OOP. After you have modified the code, you can remove the commented code. We can also improve this by changing, like for example, we know this life is initialized in this constructor. We can also change, we can't change this to private, because if we change this to private, it won't work, because here we're gonna modify the life. But we can set this name to private. No, it won't as well, because if we set this to private, we can't change it. Yes, we can. Let's say we set this to private. It means that you can only change the name in this class, which is true, because when we create the object, that is the only time that we pass in the name. After we have created the object, we will never need to change the name anymore. So setting this property to private set, we can protect our property. All this private is considered encapsulation. Using encapsulation, we can hide what we should hide. Okay, so to improve the code further, we can create another one more method here called attack. What we're going to do is that if you take a look of the code we have here, these 3 lines of code and these 3 lines of code looks the same, isn't it? Not just 3 lines, and 4 lines back. Similar pattern, just opposite. This 0 1 life reduced by 1. This one is 0's 1's life reduced by 1. When you see this kind of pattern, we can consider to move these lines of code into a method. So now I'm moving these 4 lines of code into a method, and I'll call this method attack, because all this is related to attack. So I'll move it here. Once I move it here, I will get some syntax error, because this hero 2 and hero 1 is basically from these 2 objects here, which it doesn't exist in this class, isn't it? So what we'll do is we can create a method parameter called enemy. Why I'm using this name enemy? Because we're gonna share this method in this and in this area. When hero 1 attack hero 2, hero 2 is the enemy. When hero 2 attack hero 1 is the enemy. So we're gonna name this meta parameter as enemy object name. So I'm gonna replace hero 2 with enemy. And for hero 1, I'm gonna use the keyword dist. This is referring to the current instance, current class instance. So here we can use control dot, because console write line is from this system. Okay, after this we can replace this with a method. You can say hero1 dot attack hero2, and here hero2 attack hero1. Alright, next we can also consider to create a method for this block of code. We can call this as, let's say for example, private static check and game. I know it's not so suitable to have static here, but for simplicity I'll just put it here. We can modify it later by putting this whole block of code into a suitable class. Okay, you can call this as hero 1. I can call it hero, and call this enemy, for example. So we replace this hero 1 with hero, and hero 2 with this enemy object name. Now if you want to use this method, we can just pass in the hero 1 and hero 2 object. Okay, this is how we break a very long method by creating some smaller method, so that you can able to scan and read the code better, make it more modular. Okay, let's run the program again just to test our code. Okay, everything works the same. In fact, Batman won again. Okay, let's create another one more class. We call this as battle game public class battle game, and then public void execute. Here we can now move all this thing to here, as well as this method. I want to change this static, which I say not so suitable, to set it as static. So create the game object from this class, and we just run from the main method. Okay, here you can see that this class will have two methods. Here we set it to private. Again, we apply encapsulation by protecting our method. We don't want it to be exposed out. If you don't set it to private, if you set it to public, the method will appear here, and we don't want to do that. We just want the execute method to be exposed, so the rest we can protect it with private access modifier. Let's run the game again. Super bad. Alright, that's all. We can further improve the game by making this attack over here give a random number from 0 to 3. 0 probably means the enemy avoided the attack. 3 probably you can say is a critical attack, and if it is a critical attack, you can give a red color in the console, and yeah, basically you can modify this version to make it more interesting. But basically this is how we can modify a version without OOP to a version with some OOP. Okay, hope this helps you guys.